and a lot of the polls and forecasts have been talking. And if you want to be convinced, well, don't look at one poll, don't look at one forecast. You can expand your tentacles and bring in a few others, and they are pointing to a certain direction. So here's what we're going to do here on Ghana Tonight, here on your Election Command Center, some 44 days, election day, December 7. The Economic Intelligence Unit, EIU, has been involved in forecasting and also doing some analysis ahead of every election in this country, at least since 2002. They announced their presence in this country. EIU's forecast ahead of election 2024, based on the details of their report that they released in April 2024. A summary of it I'm going to put on the screen right now. They say, quote, ongoing public dissatisfaction, infrastructure development, job creation, and easing of corruption will trigger anti-incumbency factors. The NDC, therefore, stands a reasonable chance of winning the 2024 election. That's the EIU forecast on election day 2024. Okay, so if you want to contest the EIU, well, over the period, they've had majority of their forecast actually coming to fruition. Beyond the EIU, the Economic Intelligence Unit, which is this UK-based research firm, there's another UK-based research firm that has also put out a forecast. And this time around, it's Fitch. Fitch Solutions also, from what we do know, beyond just the economics and also the grading of our economy, and also matters relating to our external, as it were, viability to external investors. They also get into our governance issues. Fitch put out a forecast just earlier this month, in the month of October. Here's what the Fitch report for Ghana is saying. Fitch says, quote, in terms of the December 2024 general elections, we think that the NDC opposition is most likely to win. That's a Fitch report, right? Beyond this, if you look at these two external reports painting a certain picture, let's bring it home and find out what the Global Info Analytics, that's a locally based research firm, been doing quite some work ahead of this election, doing at least over the last 4 years, gauging the mood ahead of election 2024. This is it. So keep the EIU in mind, keep the Fitch in mind, and this is what the Global Info Analytics voter choices, at least for the month of October. This is the report that they put at the national poll for the month of October, as was released in the first week of October, that's some 3 weeks ago, almost 3 weeks ago. Take a look at this. According to the over 8,000 persons that they polled across all the 16 regions of the Republic of Ghana, with a margin of accuracy of about 99.3% and a margin of error just a little over 1%, this is it. 51.1% of the respondents said if elections were held in October, their decision was that they're going to vote for John Dramani Mahama, and 37.3% saying if elections were held in October, they're going to vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, 4.1% for Alan Chimantin. And guess what? Take a look at Nana Kwame Bediako as well, because as you've been following us here on Ghana Tonight, we've showed you the trajectory of his ascendancy in terms of the persons who are gravitating towards him, at least in the Global Info Analytics polls. He's looking at some 6.2 there as of October, if elections were held in October. And if you look at the regional breakdown, based on the details of this Global Info Analytics survey, we put up the Ghana map here, and I wanted to pay attention to the green and the blues because it tells a story. According to the October polls, John Mahama, based on the outcome, had 12 regions voting for or deciding to vote for him. That is the 12 regions where the respondents were spread. Upper West, Upper East, Northern Savannah, Bono East, Oti, Volta, Greater Accra, Central, Western, and Western North. Based on Global Info Analytics polls. For Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, they have for Ashanti, Eastern, and the Northeast region. Northeast is his home region. You see the Savannah region as well being painted green or turning green based on the Global Info Analytics polls as we have it. Now, there are key areas that you must also pay attention to, and these are the swing regions. So you look at the Central region turning green now. And you look at the Greater Accra region as well, down there, see, turning green now. and also the central region based on the Global Info Analytics polls also looks green, at least for the month of October. Now we're going to find out whether the factors that led to these voters taking a decision in the month of October are going to change in any way to have them change their decision on who to vote for, because this is how the picture looks like right now based on the outcome of the Global Info Analytics. And they are not alone in this. So we asked a question and we found out from Global Info Analytics what really informed the decision of these persons who were surveyed on who they're going to vote for. So they asked a few questions and there were a number of issues that you'll see. And at least between July and October, based on the trend analysis and change, you've seen that there hasn't been so much of a difference in terms of the changes between July and October for John Dramani Mahama. Still around 51%. Now, if you look at Dr. Mahmoud Ubamia, between July and October, in July, the Global Info Analytics survey indicated 38.2% of the persons surveyed, just around the same figure, about almost 10,000, said we're going to, if elections were held in July, 38.2 said we're going to vote for Dr. Mahmoud Ubamia. Fast forward to October, that's dropped to 37.3%. That's 0.95% decrease. Lanchamanting is seeing a decline as well. Nana Kwame Bediako is seeing an increase of plus 1.63%. That's the story if you do a month-to-month analysis for these at least 4 candidates that we're talking about and looking at right now. So what are the issues that inform the decision of these persons who were surveyed on who they're going to vote for? And this is it. And pay attention to it closely. These are the 5 major issues: the economy, jobs, education, healthcare, roads. Economy remains number 1. 70% of the respondents say the economy is going to be the major issue they're going to look at. 62% say jobs. And there's a reason why. Because we're seeing the unemployment statistics certainly don't look good. The Ghana Statistical Service has been consistent about that. 48% education, 25% healthcare, 24% roads. And bear in mind, this government has declared the year of roads over a couple of years now, and we're seeing some road infrastructure also taking shape, at least in the last few months gone by, and what we're seeing on our roads right now. But as to whether that's potent to influence a change in the decision of the voter, that's another conversation that we're going to be having as well. So this is based on Global Info Analytics, the first 5 key factors that would influence voter choices. Now, the National Commission for Civic Education, NCCE, as well, they did a survey to find out what are the key issues that would influence voter choices. And take a look at this. Not so different, but just that the rankings and the positions change. For the NCCE, education was number 1 for those they surveyed. And here's the reason why. If you look at the dynamics of the survey population and their demographics, the age population that the NCCE surveyed were mostly a number of the young people, first-time voters, and so education will be of top priority to them. For Global Info Analytics, they had more of the graduate population, the 24 to 35, 24 to 40 age bracket, and that's why for them, the economic situation is of interest to them, right? But for the NCC, they had education number 1, employment is number 2, jobs. And for the Global Info Analytics, you saw jobs coming in as number 2. Healthcare was number 3 for the NCC. But if you look at Global Info Analytics, healthcare came in number 4. Because for the dynamics, you had a lot more of the older population also thinking about their health as well. So if you look at the breakdown of the survey dynamics, you would understand why. And then for the NCC, economy came in as number 5. But in summary, all these 5 issues in these 2 different surveys are actually almost the same and just interchanging positions. Then the question was asked, which candidate can address the key issues that were outlined? That's the jobs, the economy, education, roads, health. 44% of the respondents said they trust John Dramani Mahama to do that. 37% said Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. That's how the picture looks like right now, right? And so keep this in mind. But then again, beyond all of this, we hit the streets earlier today